Hello and welcome back again to Satisfactory. Another probably short one, which for me means not too long. Who knows? Anyway, so we've been making these neural quantum processors, and I pulled them out. And what I was saying last recording about not the multiplier from the Summers loops not taking effect immediately. Well, yeah, we put in the materials for 50 reps of the recipe, and we looped it. So, of course, we got back one less than what we needed, so I had to add a little bit more. That's okay. But we now have our 100 of those, and I grabbed our 500 of those. And we are ready to turn this in and get our Mark III blueprints. Yay! I can redesign all my blueprints with Mark III 6x6x6 and using the better belts.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Designer Mark III allows for 20% increased blueprint size in all dimensions, for an overall 71.2% increase in volume. Sadly, I doubt we will see equivalent increases in your efficiency.
Now, apparently, not all that volume is useful. I've heard some murmurings, don't know if it's fixed or not, but that... well, let's see here. We want to go back to here, Special Blueprint Designer Mark III. Oh my goodness, they need 10 neural quantum processors. Oh goodness, let's build some more of these. So I'm going to need some time crystals, supercomputers, and trigons. So 3 times as many trigons as time crystals. Not a lot of trigons. We'll need to go trigger some more trigons to be built, or build a real trigon factory. But that should get some going. Oh, we need supercomputers. There. That should get us some more of those. Now, I think, did I put one extra back here? Yes, I did. Good. So the rumor I heard was that inside that 6x6x6 volume, what they did was they extended it out sideways, the bounding box sideways. But when they went up, they only got the 4x4 upwards. There's some areas inside that aren't quite right. I think it's Yaquez found that out. He's the king of packing things in. So, yeah, up near the top, we may not be able to go all the way out to the edge. We'll just have to bear that in mind when we're building our blueprints. So, next thing we unlock is here, spatial energy regulation. And we're going to need 100 superposition oscillators. Oh, joy. So we already have this guy up here building one thing. We need him to build another thing too. So I think at this point, we do need to go do a real build of the trigons. So, here first, so I need fixite trigons made from fixite ingots. And fixite ingots require, fixite ingots are going to require reanimated SAM and iron ingots. It's my primary. We can do it with aluminum ingots and deuterium ingots as well, but I think the iron ingots work best. So we actually have that factory done. We just need to finish it up. Let's go do it. what I'm going to do is actually rip up the current factory and place a real building down there. Whoops. Helps if I stay fairly near my power supply when I do this. Okay, so we need to basically mirror this, but increase our quantities and put a drone port on it. And you're currently turned off. Actually, we can leave this turned off because I'm going to rebuild him. So, we need iron ingots feeding into a converter doing fixite ingots. And that's it. Let's just pick up this whole thing. Did I use any blueprints? I didn't use any blueprints. Whee! Hey, Mr. Bean, that's not a safe place for you. So, we need to get the iron into iron ingots, and we need a place to put our other two things. You can go away. Because I'm going to base my production from here. So, foundations. Start off with a base foundation like that. Where can I put a power pole? I guess I'll just drop this in place and repower it later. Oops. Did that line up? Yes. Just by chance. So if I want this to be properly switched, I'm just going to do a whole bunch of these. This is definitely overkill. I do not need this much. But this is the kind of space we have. That's got a clip in the corner. I'm going to pick and choose what I want to keep. Yeah, I think that direction's where I want to go. There. We do want our power to come in from the grid somewhere. We don't really have a power grid. That may be something to put in when we rebuild. How about I take you, and I'm going to bring you to above a corner, like here, like that. And this will be where we put our switch in. Why does that not feel like it's halfway? Auto rotate. Okay, got both those hooked back up. Still don't like the way that works out like that. How do I do this? I'd like to reserve that entire top area, which means we really need to bring this down. So bring you down to here. Ah, that's better. There. What are these actually called? Fixite. And that powers that entire floor. I think what I'm going to do to make this kind of work, I'll just do that. So first step is I want to smelt a lot of ingots. The second thing is I want to build the fixite stuff. Let's start a little plan here. Let's put our fixite in here. So fixite. So there's only one way to make it. Let's go with one for now. See what we need. These need fixite ingots. Hold on. Oh, right, we have to specify. We need to build ingots from iron. Oh, that's right. I need to do the reanimated Sam first. Snap. Okay, well, let's put our radar back in place here, since I kind of temporarily removed it. Organization, there we go. Radar tower. So I need a convenient SAM node somewhere. The answer is there's no convenient ones. But there's one up here. Oh, let's go do this one. This is a normal SAM node. It's a bit far away, but we'll be using it in other things too. For now. Sorry, I should have reviewed it before I did this. Where's my power? Up here? Okay, it took me 20 minutes to realize that I had to build my SAM and get the SAM stuff out into the drone areas before I could start doing that. Okay, we can turn off Emacs for the moment. So what we're going to do is we are going to mine all of the SAM, and then we're going to process it all right down through all the recipes that, you know, if we can only do one thing with it, we're going to do it there. You notice we're already in phase 5 and I have never touched the radioactive stuff. Where's our power? There's some power. We need to head that way. I'm not sure where I was going earlier, that I didn't have these power lines set up yet. That was to come at that from a very different direction. Okay, there's the SAM node. I see another Mercer sphere. I thought the ones that respawned didn't have the shell on them. But there's no way I would have left this next to a radar. So we're going to start... well, we'll start by getting the power lines out of the way. So, I want to elevate things. So let's see, foundations. So I'm thinking is a pole here. Let's see here. Blueprints. Support pillar centered on this one. And those nubs are just wrong. If I just put this one here, is that going to be flush? It is. If I could do that. Haha. There. Miner Mark III. So when could I start using the new belts? These require Trigons. Oh, okay, so this is, yeah. This factory I will have to continue to use Mark V's on because we don't have the materials yet for Mark VI's. So I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to bring it up like that so it's nice and clean. And we're going to put in a power switch. Checking spelling. This is SAM production. I will rename it to something else when we get a second SAM production area. And I am going to put you up in priority group 2. I want this one to keep on going as much as possible. Because we're going to be dependent upon this. So up here, part of the reason I want to elevate this is to get away from the uranium down there. So at some point we're going to replace this with Mark 6s. If we fully, okay, we don't need to because this is only 600 per minute. So let's start our plant p5-sam.org. Pardon me while I get this set up. P5-Sam. Hello, where are you? So the only recipe using SAM is the reanimated SAM. So what I'm going to do is mine SAM. Mark 3 normal OC 250 count 1. That's going to produce 600. What did we call that again? Reanimated SAM. So it'll take 5 constructors to process that. Now, if I OC that to 250, I could do it in 2. Not going to do that. 5, I am going to make that 8 constructors so that I can downclock them, but use my 8 blueprint. That gets reanimated SAM. And what do we use reanimated SAM for? Well, apparently we need reanimated SAM for a lot of things. So I am going to make fluctuators from some part of it. Up until now, up until very, very recently, our only use for SAM was SAM fluctuators. So we're going to assume that the reanimated SAM is going to be basically not moving. So 8 constructors making reanimated SAM, 3 manufacturers. I could probably go 2 with a little bit of overclock, but let's go 3. So reanimated SAM will be used for the fixed site ingots. It's also used in the converter for a lot of things. And I have no recipes using the SAM fluctuator. So the SAM fluctuator will need to fetch steel pipe and wire. So we are going to need, that makes that 3 active drone ports to fetch the wire, the steel pipe, and the drone fuel, and 2 passive ones, well, 1 passive one for SAM fluctuators. No, 1 passive one for reanimated SAM. I could put the fluctuators in a drone as well. Yeah. Okay. So what have we got? We've got the constructors in a 5x5 area. We've got the manufacturers, which I'm going to have to work out. We have 3 drone ports for input and 2 drone ports for output. We have, of course, the boxes and such. Well, let's see. Just guessing. The last gasp of the 5x5. So there's the center one. Hold on. First thing we need is our constructors. Let's get those in place. So you're going to come up somewhere convenient. We'll put the constructors. I'll put the constructors here. You can snake around there and on there all you want. Unconfigured groupings, 8 unconfigured constructors. Perfect. And the white arrow should be the inputs. So we have 1 belt of input anywhere along that area. We can bring that up, no problem. You are making reanimated SAM. And you are going to be clocked at 62.5%. Actually, 500 over 8. What am I doing? Bring it up there. I can bring it up right there. Although that conflicts with power, so let's bring it up over here. Helps if I get it the right direction. I have to hit R to reverse it. Perfect. Now for your power, for some reason my card, when I get too close to the radiation, instead of getting staticky, it just goes blank. I don't understand why. I'm guessing that they don't test very well with the AMD cards on Linux in Proton compatibility mode. But it doesn't affect the gameplay for me. So if Mark III minor on normal is going to be 600, that means a Mark III minor on a pure node is going to be 1200, which maxes out a Mark VI belt. And that's where they're starting to see problems where you're not getting quite 1200. So that's ready to go. So this needs to be captured in a box. And this time I just built the 5x5s next to each other. I didn't leave a little roadway or anything anywhere. So this needs to head out to the 3 manufacturers. And they need wire and steel pipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my drone stands right here. Because why not? So there, and this is going to be wire, and that's going to be steel pipe. And you know, I actually have a better blueprint that I should use for this. Yeah, let's use the better blueprint. So what I want to do is go back to blueprints and pick up the support pillar, drop it down, and I'm going to do the drone port, no pillar on it. Okay, and I need one more for fuel. This one's turned right, yeah, okay, they're turned correctly. I think I can bring the fuel in. I'm going to bring the fuel in over this guy. Aluminum casings. So aluminum casings are not going into, hold on. Okay, we're starting to get some problems here to do. And that was because I wanted to finish the Okay. Can I just fly right across there? If not, why not? There. So we need to head to the aluminum plant and figure out why my aluminum casings are running out. We should be building a lot of them. I'm going to be embarrassed if I've been depending on aluminum casings from the old factory, because that plant is probably deadlocked at this point. Although, are we even still putting it into the... Oh. It should still be producing into the depot. So we need to check both plants. So you'll notice up here I have a couple of what looks like big old mountain horns. These are hypertube cannons. And I built them because I am tired of flying all the way across the world when I want to get from A to B. And we should be facing the old aluminum plant this direction. So you want to be on the jetpack when you're doing this. Whee! Notice I've got more hypertubes over here. Oops. So what I'm noticing is that there are no... Well, it wouldn't be here anyway. It should be down there. The casings are not being placed. These are, but the casings weren't being placed in the depot. Well, that explains that. Next question is, why are we free running? So apparently the main base is using casings? Okay, these are the, yeah, I had some aluminum sheets I was going to bring back to turn in, and then I forgot that I had them there, and I brought back some sheets from somewhere else. Don't need those. So these casings are going back to the main base. I thought I wasn't building anything at the main base anymore, much less enough to trigger that. So the only way that belt would be free running like that would be if we consumed enough aluminum in one train trip that it brought the whole belt back into the industrial container, plus all the backlog from all the machines. I probably should have taken the hypertube cannon instead of the slow hypertube, but we'll have a network of cannons soon. I have a blueprint for, I think it's a 13 entrance hypertube cannon. 15 is what I used to get myself up high enough to get the achievement for maximum altitude. Yeah, our FPS crashes down to around 5 as we get close to the original base. It has to bring all of that stuff in. It recovers, but it takes a while. There we go, starting to recover now. So that means that something cranked up and used a lot of these guys. Oh, something is cranked up. Oh, I bet you one of the things I pulled out of the... Wait till it triggers again. I bet you I used something out of the depot that pulled from here. Yeah, these guys are going. Fused modular frames. Okay, I used a bunch of those. Okay, that makes sense. So the question is, do I want to put these into the depot, or do I want to just head on? And have I put a cannon in here yet? I haven't put a cannon in this end of the world yet. I'm going to put it in over here. Where's your input? That you? There's you. So the actual destination, I really want to head from here. This guy really wants to send me back to the space elevator that direction. So we line it all up. There we go. And now we can go back from here. Switch back to the jetpack. Whee! Where I eventually want to go is my aluminum factory. Over that way. Oh, this isn't powerful enough to get me there. Did I just use all of my fuel? I don't think so. Yep, we're out of fuel. Go! Yeah, I should have switched to my parachute at the last minute there. So my death crate's over that way. And my electric hover pack is in my death crate. And my thingies are up there. Okay, that was foolish. I think what I'm going to have to do is make another hover pack. Not a biggie. Okay, let's go get the death crate. For which probably the best thing to do is to go up to the hyper cannons, take the hyper cannon over to where I just failed to land. Oh, parachute. Because I think I don't have a parachute. There. So we can change back into the parachute when we get near our destination. Now you can't pop the chute on the way up. You have to wait until you're descending rather than going up. So if you build a really, really big hypercannon and you think you can, parachute out of going too high, that doesn't work. Death crate is that way. Try to put on that thing. think I've ever been hit by a train. Yeah. There's an achievement for that. And I can recycle one of those or just leave it in a box. So the other aluminum factory is, I think, this way. Yeah, it's down there. And I forgot to change my parachute. Oh well. So the question is, why is this guy not putting casings into the dimensional depot? And I think the answer is he should be, and I just failed to do it. Yeah, all of this stuff should be mirrored to the dimensional depot. Okay, let's start with this one. Organization, industrial storage. Just like that. What else do we have here that we should be mirroring to the depot? So I could increase my aluminum sheet capacity here. Industrial storage. Now this guy already has a bunch, but we use a lot of this. Well, we're going to stop using it when we go complete to P6 belts, but as long as we're building with P5, we use a lot of this. EIBs and I don't think I need to, but I'm going to anyway. Try that again. Okay, so that will keep that full. Steel beams. I don't think I need to keep steel. I don't need to add steel beams. If they're there, that's great. If they're not there, I don't care. So you are doing all clad aluminum sheets. Good. So that's done. And now we go finish the SAM area. I put a hyper cannon on top here. Somewhere. This time I'm going to remember to shift to my jetpack while we're in flight. So we're working on the SAM stuff, which is way over there. Can I? Yes, I can steer a bit. Yeah, I did it again. I ran myself out of fuel. Of course, we know where we are now. And you know, I didn't bring back the... Yep. I'm a fool. Make a new jetpack. Make a new hover pack. I don't know, maybe I ought to have a box of shame that has all my spare jetpacks and hover packs in it. I have to get better at reflexively switching to my parachute on final approach. It's like tab, 1 tab. So if you hit tab, it brings this up, and 1 will be the first thing in here. And I think that's usually my parachute. So you hit tab, and I can glance at it to make sure. But I can do that whole thing from the keyboard, so I don't need to worry about mousing around. Oh, and I don't have all of my goodies on me. I don't have any filters, which means radioactivity is bad. Yeah, radioactivity and gas are going to be bad until I can get my corpse. Which is kind of unfortunate. Because there's radioactivity up in this area. Okay. So I've now explained why I couldn't build, and now I can build. Blueprints. Drone port, no pillar. Blueprint clip. And this is going to be my fuel port. Let's put it on this end. Okay, so that hooked all that up. And because I used this whole prefab up here, really? Right. Come on. Okay. You are getting this. Except, no, you're getting it rotated correctly. Okay, so there's my active ports. So we're going to have fuel coming in here, and these two are going to be my inputs. So wire and steel pipe, let's get those going. So splitter coming from that way. Perfect. Even down to the clipping of the belt halfway. And we are going to drop this in here. So everybody should be powered now. Now this was actually meant to sit on a floor. And that will do. Serves me right for not using the drone ports in the way they were intended. You actually use the drone pedestal and you drop those on top, and I had forgotten that that was what I wanted to do. So, all three of you are active. Let's get some fuel. So you are drone fuel for Sam. pick one at random. Doesn't matter, quantities are going to be low. So wire and steel pipe, which both go to the same manufacturer, so it really doesn't matter. Wire supply, boom, there we go. And you need fuel. And I'm going to drop the fuel in there first. And this is steel pipe supply. So now I need all this to go to 3 manufacturers. I need to take a quick break. I will be right back. Put this on pause. Okay, I am back, and my drones are too. So when we start building things, we should have all sorts of goodies. We need 3 manufacturers, and I want the same materials.
Red song that was.
I think.
Was that a red dress or?
Bring it in from the end. Bring them all around from one end and through here. Yeah, why not? Do we have a blueprint with the manufacturer? I just want one.
That's somebody else.
No, we don't. Okay, well, let's make a new blueprint. Doesn't matter where I put it, but it does need to be. I do need to have access to the whole top. That's not going to work. So, what I want to be able to do is hook up manufacturers in parallel. And what I'm thinking is have all the inputs come from one side and then split to go up and continue on out the back. And the outputs will chain through the middle and merge. So let's put down our floor. That should be enough to work with. Production. Oops. Manufacturer. Bring you right down there. Now I could do a super floor on this one as well. In fact, I think I'm going to. But for right now, we're just going to start out with the holes. I know this guy needs to go down to a merger. These guys need to go down to splitters. I think I'm going to tow them out like that. This needs to come in from one side or the other. Doesn't matter which. It does matter though, it needs to come out like that. So I want to merge and head. Actually, let's head the output back out this way so we can always tack more on the end.
Be sure and get yourself preserved.
And I am going to set this up to go from here. Hold on. See if I can keep it smaller. Like that. That doesn't look right. Let's do it in straight mode. There we go. So now our output will come down here and back out the front, and the inputs come in this way, and the splitters are oriented.
Where's the dude? We're missing the dude.
That one's wrong. There. Okay, that works. And I think what I want to do is not have this. Yeah, we'll put this in place, and then we'll belt it up underneath on my hand. If we end up clipping that, that's not such a bad thing. No. There we go. So this is really a 3x4 blueprint. Nice and compact. Walls, no. Foundations. One of those in there. Can't quite make that line up for the inserters with holes in the walls. Darn it. Oh well. Of course, I could bring it in here and here and snake it. Well, this would have to clip through there. No.
Pulling back over the hump.
Hold on. What if I did it this way? Never mind. If I have my 4 belts coming in here, it'd be hard to get them to come over there without multiple levels or intersections. So let's do it the way I planned it. So manufacturer. Can we put the manufacturer back down on this without having it be raised slightly?
Nellie, I hate to say this, but you just put Rockstar to shame with
I
this.
think that's right.
Halfway there.
Well, if it clips in, it's good enough.
Yeah, we want the wrap version.
Yay! So this is a 4x3 one.
Hope everybody got their soft reserves in because there's not nearly enough reserves on the bag.
Manufacturer.
Who forgot to
Save blueprint.
Oh, I think I put
Clear the designer.
Let's see, I put in for alpha hoods and I put in for you need the
Pick it
bag
all
to
up.
drop.
And we're going to bring it around the back and down the middle here. So the middle manufacturer I'm going to place on the middle of this, like that. But the other two I am going to adjoin to it, not to the underlying area. So instead of having gaps between them, the gaps are at the ends. And I did not run power. Okay, so we can start at the middle there. This is on that middle point. And this copy has been running for 4 hours. Bleep. That's actually hidden by my editor. Good. It reminded me that I've been playing for 4 hours and I really ought to get up and stretch. But what it doesn't realize is that I haven't been actually playing for those 4 hours. So this is producing SAM fluctuators. Which require the reanimated SAM, wire, and pipe. Oh, and I need to set the overclocking. The overclocking is 500 over 3, which is, oops, 83.333, 250 over 3. So now we need to get our inputs hooked up. First input's on the far right here, and it's going to be the SAM fluctuators. And I'm going to bring all 3 of them back along this row. So we've got plenty of wire here.
If you are on the Ani backpack, please roll. Let's see.
And bring it out to, say, here.
Rejects with an 87, is that what y'all see? Congrats, reject.
I'm going to bring this down. Like that. Now let's run the outputs. So these outputs are going out that way.
Head of Anixia.
So I just need to stitch those. And this needs to go to an active port. So I think I'm going to bring it up here.
Helmet 10 Storm's going to DE.
And that'll head off that way towards our passive ports. That'll head off to one of the passive ports. Oh, this also needs to head off to a passive port, doesn't it?
Okay.
So we'll put that in here.
That was
on
scary.
This line and in this row.
That's hilarious. That happens to me all the time. Elder Wizard Man.
There.
I need that.
Yeah, I'll just bring it up here. We'll route it from here. And the last input is this guy. Steel pipes, got plenty of them.
I need that.
Doesn't matter which one we go in, as long as we hook it up.
Skeletons. It's like got it all. Big roll.
There we go. This guy should turn right to making the sand fluctuators. Boom. And they should start coming out here. So we need two passive ports. We have two locations here. I'm going to do this right.
Any hunters need this in?
So we're going to start off with the drone stand here.
You should be skinnable now, or there's nothing left on it.
And then you put the drone port on top of it.
All right, good run.
And I'm going to run the output around back. So this is really what I should have done over here. Okay, power.
And congrats to the guild for getting another +4 to chest.
Did I get these hooked up? I did not. I thought it felt like I was a bit far from my energy source.
We can definitely use more.
Okay. Doesn't matter what order I do these in.
Oh, and Goob, if you're wondering why your bags are full again, it's because I gave you all the DD crap.
And he has power.
You're welcome.
Coming down here and going to the middle. So I just need to bring it from there down. I'm going to cross connect that, and I'm also going to bring it down from here. Oh, we don't actually have fuel, so I can actually just get rid of the holes. Now, given this space here, I could probably run this over and up somewhere convenient like there. There we go. So we've got that coming up on this side. And I'll just bring this. Could come either way, but this is good. Right. This is an output port. So I need to reverse all that. There. So there's SAM fluctuators. Did not arrange for them to be stashed in a container yet. So what I will do is I'm going to put the container like that. Except I also want to have my yeah, I need to have the depot on top of it. So the industrial storage goes here, but I have to go to the left a bit. Yeah, let's line it up with that. There we go. Now for this guy, I'm going to bring around a corner. So depot is full of, I just put a bunch of reanimated SAM in there, didn't I? Nope. It's the fluctuators we need to put in here. There we go. This is the reanimated SAM. So this box can go in here. We've got room between them. Okay, so reanimated SAM, which has been in there for a while. We're going to bring it down here again. There we go. Need to fix the front side of this. So this is now reanimated SAM supply. And this is now SAM fluctuator supply. Why is this holding at 97? Oh, it's just slow. Right. Yeah, with the SAM fluctuators are not rapid. Even with a overclocked node down here. So what have we got? We got mining SAM getting a 600. Let's make sure I actually did that. Sure looks like it. Okay. We've got 8 constructors at 62.5. Turning that into reanimated SAM. Check. And 3 manufacturers making fluctuators at 83 1/3. Check. So the net export there is 25 SAM fluctuators per minute. That's not a lot. I could double that with summer loops, but I will do that if I have to, but I would much prefer to set up additional locations. There. I'm surprised we haven't gotten errors that the drones didn't have fuel. I guess that initial 100 fuel lasts for a while. Okay, so now we have our SAM area set up. Sand processing area is done. Fixite processing. I really want to get at least the fixite done before the end of the recording. I'd like to get get both of those areas done if I could. So fixite and time crystals both going into depots. I could do that as one factory. Yeah, let's do that as one factory. Well, we do have filters now, so I don't need to worry too much. We're still on an early set of filters that I built. I don't spend a whole lot of time in radioactive areas. I see a purple slug. I don't always feel like going to get these. But as long as we're here, this place is probably a bit of a pain if you don't have them on passive, huh? So we're not headed very far. I don't need to use the big horns. What's that new marker? Why do I have a new marker on my... Did I put that down here so I could find my new factory? There we go. So, let's see here. P5 fixite. So we want the fixite trigons and time crystals. Actually, let's P5 fixite. There. So I'll edit the recipes in the other window. So if we make one constructor building trigons, that's a converter and 8 smelters, gives us 30 trigons. It uses 240 iron ore. That sounds pretty good. What if I sloop the constructor? That would double my fixite without increasing the converter load. That wouldn't be a bad idea. We can save that for later. I'll make a note of that. Later, if we need more, sloop the Trigon constructor. Okay, so there's one. The other one is time for crystals. So time crystals are made very slowly from diamonds. I had a plan with all of that. Oil-based diamonds, I think I was using, yes. So let's start off with pump oil. So if we, hold on. Let's fix this. OC 250. So, one extractor at 250 produces 300 crude oil, which we can make into 60 diamonds using 2 particle accelerators. Whoops. I don't want to use that much energy on this. So what if we just pump 120 oil, 1 particle accelerator at 60%, makes 24 diamonds, feeds 2 converters, making time crystals. Let's cut that in half. Now, did I figure that taking these and slooping them was better? I'll just use the recipe I've got down here then. So we've got a converter running at 100% slooped. Okay, let's do this normally. Did I have a... Yes, there we go. 1 converter slooped and not underclocked or overclocked gives us 12 diamonds to 12 crystals per minute. And oil-based diamonds. Again, I'm going to sloop There. That's not right. There we go. Yeah, 15%. And that only uses 30 crude oil. Can I let these go at a higher rate? Increase my time crystals somewhat. Because this is 1.6 gigawatts the way I've got it going here. Okay, if I take away slooping, so no sloops. This guy needs 12 diamonds per minute. This guy's producing 12 diamonds a minute. He's at 30%. 152 megawatts, 400 megawatts. So if I sloop this guy, it beefs up his energy a lot. It means I use fewer of these. I think better not to sloop. So 60 crude oil makes 12 diamonds. 12 diamonds makes 60. If we sloop this just in place, it does double our time crystals, but it more than doubles our stuff. So probably better to have more than one converter. Okay. So let's invert the order on that one. So we're going to pump oil. We're going to make diamonds out of the oil. And then we're going to make time crystals out of those. Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can get out of 300, and then we'll see if I can make it work. Why is this? There we go. So if we pump 300 crude oil, make 60 diamonds, which turn into 30 time crystals, using 5 converters. We do not want to sloop 5 converters. The reason you would sloop it is if you don't want to duplicate the inputs. And I would rather double the number of particle accelerators than sloop it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the oil from here and we're going to pump it over and across to this guy. Now let's put it all together. So 2 accelerators and 5 converters, making time crystal for this guy. And over here we have a constructor, a converter, and smelters. Well, let's see. Okay, smelters first. Ten smelters. Okay, well I can downclock those. So iron ingots, they need to make a total of 240, which means the goal is 24 on each. You're supposed to have power. There you are. Okay, you're all greened up. You're ready to go. You need your 240 iron ore coming in here. Let's see, walls. I use walls to determine my spacing. How do I not have miners? I just built a whole bunch of miners. I swear to God, somebody is eating my miners I put in the... Every time I do this, I think I really ought to just automate the miners. Let's build a few. Okay, that should be enough for a while. So we take these and we put them in Dimensional Depot. And we go back and we do this again. Production, miner 3. I need to bring it out along there. Let's bring it this way. There, that works. And I am just going to bring you right over like that. So this power switch will also turn off this miner. The miner needs to be turning out 240 ore, so he can be underclocked. And these guys are all turning out iron ingots, which are arriving here. So we need a converter taking ingots and animated SAM. So we need input is SAM. Net imports are iron ore, which we've got, and the reanimated SAM. I'm going to put that right in the middle there. And now that I've remembered how to use my nice little thingy, you are an active port. So that means I'm going to need an active port to bring fuel. Let's put a stand under him too. So these guys need to hook up for fuel. So this is a splitter coming from that direction. And this is my fuel source. Drone. So this is called Fixite and Time. And I'm going to need 2 batches of turbo fuel. And this is going to be SAM. And now we need to hook up the power down below. There we go. So these both have power. They both have fuel. Now they need to be programmed. Send him to north. So reanimated sound supply. So you are going to end up doing reanimated SAM to the converter. So should I put the converter on a subfloor? I probably should, but I'm not going to. Okay, let's bring him down here. I like having the belt work underneath these be independent of what goes on inside the sandwich. That way, if I ever decide to change how my drone ports work, I just have to make sure things still kind of come together. Let's see, 3 minutes per round trip. Okay. So you are doing fixite ingot from iron, and you are running at full speed, and you are not slooped. And I'm going to bring your power out to here. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Give me my reanimated Sam. Well, there's fuel. There we are. So you're going to be producing fixite ingots, which go to one constructor. I'm going to just put that one constructor just right there. And there's going to be a passive drone port, which I'll put here. So as long as I'm building these fairly low quantities, these little small bases that do low quantity stuff but use drone ports are still going to be, you know, the drone layout is still going to be pretty big on them just because of the sheer different number of drones I need. So you are passive. This is Fix It Trigon Supply. constructor. Gonna stack you right on that end. So, I don't think I need to build up fixed site ingots anywhere, but I do want to have these guys be in a box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this a bit. So you're making fixed site trigons. And this is that really just match 10 per minute? 10 per minute, how about that? And I can just put the hole right there. That's backwards. That's right. My passive drone ports, I have to rework the top bits. Yeah, let's bring it from the right. Oh, box. I can bring the box over so that it's just under there. I do want to leave some space so I can, let's see, let me tune this a little bit. I think if I put it, let's put it here. So I've got space for this. So we're going to get some Trigons in there and some up there, and we're not really controlling it. The other way to do this is to put a smart splitter down at the bottom and explicitly say fill the depot first or fill the drone port first. So you still have no supply because I haven't hooked up the bottom yet. There. Oh, come on. Did I not hook up this plate? I didn't hook up the plate. There. So another little factory that is mostly drone ports. Slowly but surely, it's building up. So these Trigons are building at 30 per minute. Now I could sloop this and double it. I think I'm going to do that, because slooping this is a trivial cost, and I think we need Trigons for our belts. So this whole production area here will end up expanding so that I can have like a lot more Trigons coming out. But this is good for a start. So the other side, come on. We need to bring our oil up. We need 2 particle accelerators and 5 converters. And they'll be feeding a passive output. I'm going to put the passive output down here. We're going to work from that backwards. Drone stand, boom. Drone port. This is time crystal supply. Five converters, all hooked up in parallel. I am just going to lay them out because they're all 1 input, 1 output, so this is going to be really easy to hook up. Making a blueprint wouldn't make it any easier. Let's center it on the blueprint. And start it here-ish. These are all doing time crystals. Boom. No overclock, no underclock, no slooping. I may have to sloop these. There, that's right. Logistics, conveyor belt. So conveyor belts require even mixture of Trigons and Time Crystals. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and sloop them. Nope. Nope. Do the power budget first. Because if I sloop these, I have to double the number of particle accelerators. Or I have to sloop the particle accelerator. No, if I sloop it, I don't have to double them. So I can either sloop these or double the number of particle accelerators and double the number of time crystals, or double the number of time crystals and sloop the diamonds. No reason to sloop the diamonds because we have plenty of crude oil coming in. Okay, let's check the power. There we go. And all of these, we need a solid input that goes into all of these. This is probably worth doing a 1 to 5. In fact, I'm gonna do one that's kind of sprawls. So this guy is going to be the 6. And this guy's going to be the 2. Which means this feedback needs to merge in with what's coming in there. Now the total thing that we're splitting 5 ways is 60 diamonds. Yeah, let's turn that. Hold on, what am I missing here? Lifter is on 4, merger's on 5. So splitter here comes in from the right. Like that. We're going to come in on a splitter from here. But we need to merge before the splitter. There we go. So this guy merges. Half goes each way. Third of it goes into each one of those. Of this one, third of it goes into each one of those. And the other third gets merged back into here. So you get 5 parts from there, 1 part from there. Perfect. And the output is just going to manifold together. In fact, I am going to use mergers all the way down so it looks consistent. There. Now power. I think I'm just going to bring one big power pole out to the front. And then we can pull under. And these are ready to go. So that's 2 gigawatts right there. Ouch. I can bring you straight down. Need to rework the top. Remember it this time. Okay, and the input to these guys, this takes diamonds, which means 2, 2 particle accelerators. Can I center that up better? Bring it all the way down to the end here. There we go. So oil-based diamonds is 75%. No sloops, no power crystals, no nothing. And the oil just comes in normally. I think in the interests of sanity, I want it to come in from above. No, I'll put a buffer on it. That'll give it a little extra head lift. Just a small one. Double checking, the amount of crude oil we need is 150, 300 total. Fits in this without any problem. We'll need to pump it up to this level. And I now have a whole bunch of time crystals in my inventory. Oh, that reminds me, did I put a box here? I forgot the box. Box is going to go here. So, depot is full of time crystals. Okay, power is on this far end. Bid point tagged in just a bit. Like that. Did I get that right? Close enough. It's probably not the exact spot. Where's your little green? Where is your little green glow stick? Do you not have one? Okay, so you just need your oil. Floor hole here. Foundation. Let's not do that size. Let's do that size. Am I going to need a pump on this end? Can I put it over here? So horizontal to vertical is what I want. You know what? I'm not going to put the hole in. I'm just going to do that. And then we're going to go here and we're going to put in the Mark II pump. And this is like half the head lift it needs. It can do twice as much head lift as this. And come out to about the middle here somewhere, doesn't matter. This is all crude oil, so let's paint it up. These now have the crude oil and they have the power. It'll take a moment for the crude to arrive. But what's total rate I need here? 150, total rate's 300. I do need to set this up for 300 per minute. 150. Oh. Here's a normal node over here. Normal node gets 300. Okay. We're going to bring the power over from the top so we're on the same power grid. So if I keep the pattern here, that would be here for, this is the 5th one. Oh, come on. Good enough. We go down underneath. I'm going to try to go underneath. So I can put the hole in here. And my pump. There we go. This should build up a little bit and kind of hover around. So 12 by 5, we get a total of 60 diamonds per minute. This guy's turning out 30, that works out. Always double check the math in your head as you're building, even though you're not as accurate as the computer. Once in a while you may catch something that the system doesn't. So we have time crystals, yay! And we have them in the depot, yay! Which means in theory I can make Mark 6 conveyor belts. And Mark 6 lifts. Gotta save that for now until we actually need 1200 per minute on a belt or a lift. I think that's probably enough for this recording. I thought this might be a short one, and it came out at almost 3 hours, so not short. We got a lot done. We got some good stuff automated. I now have my time crystals and my fixite trigons and all set up. Let's see, do I need fixite ingots for anything? So they're used, they're made here. 3 different ways. They're used in trigons and nothing else. It doesn't even have empty stuff, so I don't think we ever unlock anything else to make out of them. So wherever we make ingots, we can just turn it right into trigons. Unless there's an alternate recipe we haven't opened up. And we're done down here. So you notice our next milestone involves building that funky thing there. What is that? It's a quantum encoder. I need one of those to unlock my last broken drive. Each quantum encoder requires 100 trigons, 50 crystals, 50 cooling systems, 20 supercomputers, and 20 turbo motors. That's for one quantum encoder. Wow! Oh, wait a minute. That's the building. I'm sorry. This isn't a quantum encoder. What is this? What is that? I thought that was a quantum encoder, but I... Let's head back over here and take a look at our parts list. It'll be made in the quantum encoder, I'm pretty sure of that. Hold on, let me look it up in the recipes. Superposition oscillator. Okay, so to make one of these, we're going to need some crystals, oscillators, aluminum sheets, and photonic matter. So it's basically this setup over here. Are you ready to read? So this is making neural quantum processors. Neural quantum processors, I will need those to make AI expansion servers, which is part of the big stuff going out there. And I think there was a reason why I thought I needed to automate those. No, it wouldn't have been in here. I believe we are on our last unlock. Yeah, see, we used this to unlock the blueprints. Oh, we need a bunch of those to make our other blueprint guy. How many do we have in our dimensional depot? 9. I need to make a bunch of those so we can build our next thingy up. I put in enough materials for 10, but the slooping didn't apply to the first one. So if the slooping is in there already, and I overclock it like that, and then I put it back to one of these 1, 2. So, yeah, it's going to do one at the old, then go on to the new. So time crystals, supercomputers, and fix-it trigons. So it's going to, let me bring in 315 fix-it trigons. To 315. And so I'm basically doing 21 reps of the recipe. And supercomputers, some supercomputers. Oh, come on. I was going to stop recording, wasn't I? And 5 times crystal, 105 time crystals. Let's call it 200 time crystals for fun. Because that's a stack. Let's see, we could automate this. Now that we have time crystals and trigons, we could actually set this up as a base. I'm a little disappointed that the first one is just going to produce 1. Although it does say 2. Maybe my dodge back and forth was enough that it actually got to 2 before it started building it. Well, we had 9. Let's see. Yep, okay. So it did build 1 at some point because we're up to 12. Now with 12, that's enough that I can now build a Blueprint Designer Mark III. And I think I'm going to put it out there. There we go. Centered at that point, Blueprint Designer Mark III, facing away from me. Yay! I will let this finish, and then I'm going to repurpose this to build the other thing. And I think we're going to do this offline. I'm going to start turning out some 6x6 blueprints. We won't use the 6x6s in these areas where we've got 5x5s. We're going to erase the 5x5 stuff and replace it. And that's going to happen over the longer term. Spatial energy regulation gets us teleport. I don't believe it gets us any new parts, so I can start doing the design work now. Let's double check. So it gets us main portal, satellite portal, gets us singularity cells, which we do something with, and ballistic warp drive, which goes to the space elevator. So singularity cells are required to power portals. Why do I get the feeling that I'm going to have a factory building singularity cells, sending them into the main portal? I may or may not use those. I don't know. They're kind of cool, though. Wait a minute. I've already opened up the Fixonium fuel rods. I could build a nuclear power plant based on the Fixonium fuel rods. I don't know what the output is. Do they burn clean? What do they require to build? That's going to take some planning. I may look up other people's ideas on how to build Fixonium power plants. It may or may not be a good thing. Anyway, that's it. That's the 3-hour mark. I will see you in the next one. Good night.